Welcome back, everybody, to the KC Sports Report. I'm your host, Michael Darcy, and today we're going to talk about the current state of the Kansas City Chiefs at the bye week. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Chiefs Kingdom, your Kansas City Chiefs started off with a 5-0 record in the 2024 season. At the bye week, the Chiefs are undefeated, which has not happened in quite some time. Now, I will say I'm not a super big fan of the bye week being so early on in the season. Usually, the Chiefs have the bye week around, I want to say week 12 or 14, and so it gives them a chance to rest, regroup, and get healthy for the playoffs. But now, since the bye week is so early on in the year, they're going to have to go from week 7 on playing football every week. And so that's just going to add more pressure to this team that already has so many injury problems. But the fact that this team is unbeaten with all of the injuries that we've already seen to, Hollywood Brown and Rashee Rice, and along the defensive side, it's pretty impressive. And I think that most of us would agree the Chiefs have not played their best football. We still have not seen this offense truly break out, but we have seen guys like Juju Smith-Schuster and Kareem Hunt and even Xavier Worthy perform as of late, giving this offense a spark. Now, I think that there is still a lot that the Chiefs front office has to do to make this offense better. I think you have to trade for a wide receiver before the trade deadline. But to be 5-0, to be one of the last remaining teams undefeated in the NFL, when you haven't really played that great, I think that all us Chiefs fans would sign up for that, considering last year was not the prettiest start to the season, and they really didn't figure it out come playoff time. So I think that being undefeated, you can't complain too much. But if we're going to nitpick, the offense has still lacked, the ability to get in the end zone at times, and they've been carried by their defense. Chris Jones and, the secondary, along with their, rush stopping ability, they have been able to carry this offense to the 5-0 record. Like, without Chris Jones and without, this defense absolutely shutting down opposing teams' offenses, you wouldn't be undefeated. And that just leaves so much pressure on your defense to be perfect. But as we've seen over the past couple seasons, the Chiefs' identity has turned into that. They're no longer the offense that is going to go out and put up 32 points a game. They're going to be a team that puts up anywhere from 23 to 27 and get great defense and just kind of coast off of that. And so we've kind of seen the Chiefs transition into the New England Patriots, where they're going to win football games, but it's not going to be pretty, and you're going to be often wondering at times, like, is this team actually good enough to, win a Super Bowl? But I think if you've watched, how this team is played, yeah, they are good enough to win a Super Bowl. I've seen a lot of the other teams play, this season. The Ravens, they don't look great. The Bengals might not make the playoffs. There really isn't another threat to take down the Chiefs, at least someone that I'm scared of in this conference. Buffalo's good, Houston's good, but at the end of the day, they aren't the Chiefs, and they don't really scare me. And honestly, one of the things that, I wanted to talk about in this video is the Chiefs are 5-0, not playing their best football. What are the odds that they just go 17-0? What are the odds that they continue to find ways to win and win ugly, and they just continue to ride the wave of the defense all the way to an unbeaten record? Now, while I think that that's not going to happen, the Chiefs are probably going to lose a game that you scratch your head and wonder why, but I think that we're only going to have a couple of those games this year. The Chiefs will probably go anywhere from 15-2 to 14-3 because we've seen them get through, the heavy hitters in this schedule, and they were able to do it with flying colors. And so, yeah, they'll probably lose a couple games, but that's not going to come for, a couple weeks. And if they only lose a couple games, they're going to get the number 1 seed in the AFC. The home, playoff games will be at Arrowhead Stadium, and it's going to put this team in a great position to three-peat. And so that's really all you can ask for. And there's a lot of other teams out there, guys, that have played better than the Chiefs, and they're not undefeated. And so you have to take great pride in that the Chiefs have handled what has been on their schedule. They've gotten wins when they needed to, and I think that we are sitting here complaining, some of us are complaining, that the Chiefs don't look good enough in these wins. But I think last year kind of changed the perspective on how we talk and evaluate this team, because the Chiefs did not play good football last year until the playoffs. And this year, they've played objectively better football, have a better record through 5 weeks, and we're complaining that this team is not good enough. And so I really do think that we kind of have to just relax. This team is going to continue figuring things out. They're going to get better offensively. Juju Smith-Schuster is going to continue to progress in the offense. Kareem Hunt's going to get more carries. They're going to trade for a wide receiver. I think that there are some legitimate concerns, and that's the injuries. But outside of injuries, I think this Chiefs team is going to be okay. I really do. You're going to get Pacheco back at some point this season. You're going to get a wide receiver via trade. The offense just needs to find a way to keep chugging along until those things happen. And I think that they can do that. Chris Jones is a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, and Steve Spagnuolo has these guys playing out of their minds. And so the Chiefs can absolutely ride this defense until the postseason. And even in the postseason, the defense is going to play a massive role in three-peating. And we've seen through the first 5 weeks of the season, the defense has shut opposing teams' quarterbacks down, running backs down, and held them to, under 25 points. And last year, the magic number for this Chiefs offense was 25 points. They scored 25 or more points, they were going to win because that's how good the defense was. And this year, it's basically been the same. And so I'm perfectly okay with relying on the Chiefs defense to do most of the heavy lifting and have Patrick Mahomes make the right throws when necessary to win you football games. And so I really do feel good about, what this team is going to be like moving forward. Obviously, they're going to have to make a big time trade or some type of move to get more talent on the offensive side, but we could be a lot worse off. There's teams, like I said, that wish that they were 5-0, have played better than the Chiefs on paper. But at the end of the day, it's what does your record say? What does your record show? And right now, the Chiefs' record shows that they are one of the best team, if not the best team in the NFL. So Chiefs Kingdom, I want to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think about this Chiefs team? What do you think of them, at this current state, at the bye week in week 6? I think that what we have seen is that this Chiefs team is going to win a lot of ugly games, and they're going to be there towards the end of the season with a chance to get home field advantage and go back to the Super Bowl. And so it just kind of seems like the Chiefs are back to playing Chiefs football. And do they have a chance to go undefeated? Technically, yes. I don't think that happens, but who knows? Maybe they continue to find ways to win very ugly football games, and I'm not going to complain either way. But it should be very interesting to see how this team finishes out the regular season and what they do in the postseason. So that's all I have for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe, comment if you liked the video, and share it so more Chiefs fans can find it. Also, go follow me on social medias, Instagram and TikTok, KC_Sports Report, and Twitter at KC Sports Report. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching this video, and go Chiefs.